Right, this morning I had milk, 2 or 3 bananas now, I forget the exact number, and peanuts. And that was at 6:30, 7 a.m. I'm in the Eastern time zone. And I felt a little sick about 45 minutes afterward. I didn't like that feeling. I was just sitting here and then suddenly I felt the sick feeling. And I think it's probably the bananas. I think I have created a swamp gut, and I have to blame this bread a little bit, because if it's left out of the fridge for too long, it'll get a fungus or mold on it that makes it unpleasant, moist. It's a fungus that makes things moist, and it's a mix. This bread is a mix of wheat, barley, beans, lentils, millet, and spelt. Probably other stuff. So there's all kinds of stuff potentially that can attract different types of bacteria and mold and all of that to feed off of the bread. It needs to be refrigerated, which is not something I can do. But I didn't eat that this morning. I just only ate the bananas, peanuts, and milk, and felt a slight sick feeling. I think my sickness is improving. I think it's getting better by having more dry foods, and that involves toasting the toast and roasting and toasting everything as much as I can. No longer will I boil eggs. I mean, I've been plopping eggs in water and boiling water to cook them, and I think that's just contributing to my sick stomach, because they need to be crispy. I watched a Gordon Ramsay video where he commented saying that he likes his eggs crispy. So I think that's pretty cool. I could go along with that. I've been a little fearful of crispiness just because of problems with burnt foods in the past, like coffee. Coffee seems to have brought out a pain in my intestines, but it's gone away when I stopped drinking coffee. Coffee also causes heart problems for me anyway. Or roasted chicory. I was giving in to roasted chicory for a little while. Got a good amount and was just eating it every day, and then I started feeling pain in my bowels that I never felt before. I didn't like it. So I stopped the chicory because I assumed it was the roasting part. Roasting is not a gut-friendly, a lower bowel-friendly type of thing. So it scares me. Toasting and roasting kind of scare me for gut health. I don't want to do it a lot, but also if I just boil everything, I get problems with a sick stomach. So there's a balance there, and the balance is found in trying to get an equal amount and then get a variety of foods. So I'm working on just trying to diversify. It's not just about the types of foods you eat, it's about how they're prepared as well. I haven't been using any cooking oils because I'm still scared of olive oil. Just sipping on olive oil by itself seems to cause issues in my heart that make things like struggle. I don't like that struggle feeling. It did something to my brain though. It felt like a rush to my brain. So there's a vitamin or something in the olive oil that seems to be okay for the brain, but my heart struggles. I didn't like that dynamic. I'd rather just eat olives. They can't just serve olives. They gotta put them in brine and then squeeze all the olive oil out of them. I bet in Italy they got more of a whole olive. Maybe they don't survive the trip over here. So I'm feeling better with my sickness, and just watch after this I'll just start feeling sick. But I mean, if it's following my theory of dry foods and wet foods, I did eat a couple of bananas after now, and I'm done eating for the day. I stopped at maybe 4 p.m. I had a huge lunch, and it took a long time. I had a pound of steak, 6 eggs, and then some bread, about 4, 6, 8 slices of bread, of toast, and that did it. That was a filling, and milk. I consumed all this half gallon of milk, the grass milk. So I consumed all that, and well, just felt fine immediately afterward. We'll just find out. I feel fine right now. And yeah, whenever I get the hiatal hernia, I'll do the suck up and the pull down. Somebody's directed me to the video about a guy talking about his pulling down. He knew about pulling down on his stomach to give himself, he said, he gave himself temporary relief from his hiatal hernia, but he eventually started puking out blood. But he gave a little bit more insight into his lifestyle. He said he was doing the stomach pull down, but that he was also taking antacids too, which was doctor recommended. I don't do antacids, and I don't ever plan to. I don't trust that method of relieving acid reflux. So I was relying on just kind of suffering through the bouts, and then trying some, recently black pepper. I would just suffer through the bouts pretty much. I do slippery elm every so often, and I've read somewhere that somebody said that slippery elm will weaken the digestive system. I don't have slippery elm very often now, but it for me, it seems like that, like this heartburn area right in here, it happens every so often, usually in the evening time. So I'd expect it to happen this evening, and if it doesn't, then I'll probably get a sick stomach instead. It's because I'm doing the sucking exercises, I'm relieving that. It's a muscle that just needs to tighten up when that bad feeling comes. That's the approach I'm taking with it. I'm taking I'm treating it like it's a mechanical disorder, that it's a weakness that needs to be strengthened as well. A muscle that I didn't really give much thought to. It's like having a pain in a certain muscle, and you just flex that muscle enough to make that pain go away. That's something else. I mean, it's that's the thing. I don't really think about it much because it's like my lungs. It's involuntary. When I eat, I don't really think about having to go through the process of swallowing. And I'll admit, when I was eating my steak and eggs and stuff, a little food did get caught in my gut, and I had to wash it down with milk. I don't know if that's going to happen more for me in the future or not. It's like this whole digestive system is concerned. It's been fine today, and I can't remember exactly the last time I had the hiatal hernia flare up. It might have been 2 or 3 days ago, and all I did was just suck up and tighten it up, and it went away. But the sickness, that's still a problem for me that I'm trying to address with more dry foods, toasting all my bread, only cooking the eggs on these plates. In fact, I boiled potatoes and steak. I threw the steak on the plates just to finish it off a little bit, and I didn't even eat the potatoes. They're boiled potatoes. I want to roast those potatoes tomorrow. I don't want to warm them up in the water. I want to roast them on the plate so that they're dry and become crispy, I think making potatoes more crispy can help also improve my stomach sickness issues. There's like some kind of a swamp. That's my theory. I mean, in Chinese medicine they would call it like a dampness. So what I need to do is dry the dampness and probably also heat too. I don't if I could talk to a Chinese medicine expert or an acupuncturist, man, I could probably get some things cleared up. They have diet recommendations, and I asked ChatGPT a little bit. I should ask him more about diet recommendations under the guidance of Chinese medicine. I don't think it knows enough about Chinese medicine to offer a good diet plan, a great diet plan. But I want to dry things and heat things to try to reduce incidence of stomach sickness. I don't want once a day. I don't want once a week. I don't want ever the stomach sickness, because if I ever get another flu, another infection, I don't want stomach sickness to also come into play. I want that as not a factor. If I'm going to get the flu, let it be by itself, not have all these multiple problems that I'm causing to myself to really take me out, make me maybe go into a coma of some kind from all the sickness. I know a bad stomach flu infection because I've experienced it. And this stomach sickness has never made me puke, but it's certainly weakened me until it goes away. The burping has reduced, the stomach sickness has reduced, so I think I'm on a good path with more dry foods. So I just keep practicing that and see what direction it takes me.